Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is an interesting article from Anthony Daniels, the actor behind C3PO in Star Wars. But I'm also going to be tying this together with a recent comments from Bob Iger about apparently not being disappointed with Star Wars' performance at all, yet admitting disappointment because he's confirming that they're going to be slowing down. Now, the reason why I say admitting disappointment is because you wouldn't slow down production on films if you thought they were doing very, very well. That's not business sense. That's stupid. If you're very happy with the product and the response that the product is getting, especially in the movie industry, you have to strike while the iron is hot. And Disney are certainly not doing that with Star Wars anymore. So I'm linking the two together, and we'll take a look at both articles. But I thought this was interesting. So this is over on the Express. Generally speaking, trash site, don't go to it ever. And the only reason they've got this, the Express Online, is because Anthony Daniels is releasing a new book, basically. His life as C3PO. And I think this is telling for a few reasons. This just indicates to me that C3PO will be destroyed in this movie. And the reason, I don't know that, and it's not a spoiler because it's a guess. So keep your pants on, right? The reason why I think this is because the only actors that have come out realistically and been saying stuff which is the honest truth about any of these movies have been legacy characters, which, yes, although they might have been, you know, taken off the table, so to speak, so they can't really act in the movies anymore, they've not been removed completely from the franchise because they're too important. Now, we know that the Rise of Skywalker, is going to have... is going to be the Skywalker legacy coming to an end anyway, and then that's going to be it. But C3PO is a character which could live on, but he's not going to. This indicates he's going to be destroyed. He reveals his personal disappointment with the movies. They framed this as like a huge headline of like, oh, he's so annoyed. It's not. And if there's any videos out there which is framing it like that, it's not the case at all. They've not read the article. So, like, it is interesting. So the actor come out and said, well, yes, I do understand why the fans are unhappy. It speaks to a devotion that they care so much that they mind if someone messes with it. I understand people being critical of the films. Anyone with half a brain can understand that. There's nothing to read into there. As the Express says, Mark Hamill has come out and just poo-pooed the films left, right and centre. So Daniels has remained very, very quiet. And he does go on and he continues. He says, I know it has been difficult for him, Hamill, lately, because the new movies haven't given him much to do. I certainly recognise that and I can relate to it. Now, this is where we can actually look into what he's saying. In these new movies, I've felt like a table decoration. And that is difficult because I recognise this character, C3PO, is worth so much more. But I understand it as a whole film, not a feature about C3PO. Now, well, there's not even that much to read into there. I mean, it's there clear as day. He feels like a decoration. He feels like he's just being put to one side. And it's interesting because the droids have been front and centre in the majority of these movies. They've been integral. They have been sidelined. If you look at, say, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, R2-D2 and C3PO, right? In the first film, for instance. It's the story around the droids initially. But they're also the mainstay as the movie progresses. Now, if we look at the new movies, they've been sidelined for new droids or just brand new characters. You know, you've got Rey, the Luke Skywalker character. You've got BB-8, an R2-D2 character. And then you've got Finn, an annoying C3PO character, I guess. So they have been completely sidelined, all in favour of brand new people. So I think it as well goes back to the Admiral Akbar actor who said how disrespected he felt in these new movies. I think it's the same kind of thing. I feel like these actors are becoming very, very disenfranchised with the roles which they've obviously held so dear their entire working careers, you know, in these films. Now, he does go on and says, that is just my personal disappointment. And I like this comment. I get paid whether or not he does anything, but it would be nice for him to have a purpose. At least he's honest. Now he does go on, so it says the actor also confesses to not being too thrilled with his time working on the divisive prequel trilogy. It was certainly a bit weird in the prequels, but I accepted the storylines were very different. I was very glad to be there, although they weren't that much fun to do. Doesn't sound like he really enjoyed much of Star Wars, to be honest. Just the original trilogy. Daniels obviously cannot give much away, but he teases C3PO is a major arc. He's going to die. I am very satisfied with what I had to do in this movie, and I'm very satisfied with everything I know about this movie. Now, he does actually urge people to watch it, and he says that it's good. So he's not completely poo-pooing it. So again, anyone that's saying that he is, way off base there. People should be respectfully critical. Yeah. But then he goes on and says, the toxicity was so shocking and unpleasant and often wrong. To be venomous and cruel is against the ethos of a story about goodness. I thought it was a battle between good and evil, but, you know, whatever. I get tweets from people saying they will never watch another Star Wars film again. Well, I bet they do. Everybody needs to see how it ends. Yeah, they probably will watch it, but they probably won't pay to watch it. That's the thing, the beauty of the internet these days. You can sail the high seas and plunder for the booty. And he says, I hope they do, because from everything I have seen so far, it is really rather good. So there you go. Like I said, he's got this this book coming out, I Am C3PO, the inside story of Anthony Daniels. I'm amazed. Why has J.J. Abrams got the foreword on this? Jesus Christ. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to link this together with the comments from Bob Iger, CEO. Now, again, Disney CEO not disappointed in Star Wars, but admits to slowdown. Mate, if you're admitting to slowing down the films, then you are disappointed in the response. Again, you strike while the iron is hot with these things. That's why so many sequels are rushed out, because they need to strike while the iron is hot. Now, it says in an interview with BBC, calm down, British Broadcasting, Iger, of course, discussed the state of Star Wars. He further elaborated on previous comments he's made regarding the subject. I have not said that they were disappointing in any way. I have not said that I am disappointed in performance. I just think there's something so special about Star Wars films, and less is more. Mate, we're spinning some yarn there, aren't we? Like, we really, really are. The whole less is more nonsense is just, again, way, 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 way off there. Especially when we take into account all the previous comments that they've made. You know, less is more is right. But when you're slowing them down as a direct result of Solo and then the other poor performances you remove, people are walking from Star Wars left, right and centre. Directors are being fired. They're leaving. I mean, it doesn't bode particularly well, does it? Doesn't bode particularly well at all. Like, I don't know how much you can spin this, to be honest. Like, you bought it for billions, and you've not made that much. I don't think they've made profit yet. I don't quote me on that, because I don't know. I can't remember how much they paid for it from George Lucas. But if you look at it, it says collectively the 4 Disney Star Wars films to date have brought in more than $4 billion worldwide. Iger is likely disappointed a little bit in how Solo turned out, though the spin-off received generally positive reviews from fans and critics. It grossed only $392.9 million globally, becoming the franchise's first box office bomb. That lost money. I think the budget overran to about 500 plus million off the top of my head, so they lost a lot of money on that. Look, inevitably, of course, less is more, but not when it's such a big turnaround from what you were doing. They were going to be pumping out Star Wars films yearly. So when you do an about turn, a literally, a 180 degree turn, so far I've got whiplash. We know something's up, and that's why I think this is telling. I think C3PO coming out here and saying, yeah, I'm disappointed with the new films, I'm disappointed with this, disappointed with that, is very telling. I think that also just indicates that, yes, he is going to die. I think they're really going to struggle for what to do next with Star Wars. And I bet you anything that this is not the last we've actually seen of the Skywalker saga, because I think they're going to flop and, flip-flop like a fish out of water, not knowing where to go and where that sea of cash is. So, look, we'll see, but I thought I'd bring you this news. What do you think? Let me know down below. Also, just a quick PSA, guys. I'm going to be doing a live stream discussion for Terminator Dark Fate spoilers tonight in a little under 4 hours. It is scheduled, it's ready to go. I've put it in a community post and I've tweeted it out at Mr. H Reviews. So go and check it, join it, set a reminder. Come join me for an all-access Terminator Dark Fate discussion review. We're just going to be talking Terminator Dark Fate, basically. New thing I'm trialing out with bigger tentpole properties. I've never done it before, but it was a suggestion from a Patreon, so I thought I would just try it out and see how we go. Anyway, guys, if you are new, like I said, hit subscribe. For returning subscribers, check that you are subscribed. YouTube is unsubscribing people, fucking annoyingly. Give this video a like and a share. Really does help me out. And if you want access to my Patreon, then please do check that out down below. Helps me out an awful lot. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.